here in US, a lot of people ask me, what was it like to live in UAE? What are the people like as well? What are the things I miss about living in UAE? And do I ever regret living in there? Instead of answering those questions, I'm just gonna make a list why living in UAE is great. Many people call the UAE the land of dreams. And for many people, especially Filipinos, the country, the UAE gives them reason to believe and to hope. Why is it people want to come to UAE? Old, young, poor, rich, single, married. Why is it that people call UAE a home away from home? So I'm gonna start with the reason number one. Number one is the professional opportunities are vast. Working in UAE is a great way to fast forward your career. It doesn't matter what your profession is or what your field is, there is likely to be an employment opportunity for you in the UAE too. Earnings are tax-free in UAE. It may sound too good to be true, but true. The last time I was there was 2018, and I remember they started putting tax on goods, but not as high as here in US or in Philippines or in any other countries I've been to. So all my friends in UAE, correct me if I'm wrong, I know they put taxes on goods but not on salaries. Correct. Because when I was there, I remember they only put huge taxes on the things that can harm your body, such as liquor, cigarette, soft drinks, all the caffeinated drinks. They didn't put much on the goods such as fruits, vegetables, meat. And because your salary is tax-free and food are cheap, it can make the Emirates or the UAE a very cheap place to live in. Plus, your savings are tax-free too. So if you spend years working in UAE, it can set up your finances for life and help provide for a comfortable retirement. Number three, it's a perfect balance between city and seaside. So it's easy to work all week and spend your holiday or your weekend on the sandy beaches, mountain hiking, and then zip lining with the longest zip line in the world. Or you can have a lunch in the city with a luxurious architecture in the view. Number four, you have a variety of food to choose. 80% of the UAE's current population are expats, so it's actually not hard for you to find a food or a restaurant that is dedicated for you or for your nationality. Especially for us Filipinos, they have tons of restaurants or grocery stores that are dedicated for us. And while you're in the UAE, you're just gonna love the exotic flavors of Middle Eastern cuisine. Number five is that Dubai is an international transport hub. So you can take a vacation to Greece, Maldives, or anywhere in Europe or anywhere in the world, and neither will cost you a lot or will take you too long. Actually, the best reason why I like living in UAE is because safety is paramount. When you're moving in a different country, the first question you will ask yourself is it safe there? Good news is that UAE is the safest country in the Middle East, whether you are a tourist or you are a resident. They have very strict laws and people are very obedient to each law. So that means the crime in UAE are virtually non-existent. The best example I have is the furniture shop nearby my place when I was living in UAE. And their setup was all of their furnitures were displayed outside, and then whenever they close their shop, they just leave everything outside without missing anything the next day. Number 9 is that culture grows and thrives. In UAE, you can learn something and meet someone unique every day. And locals in UAE don't just accept but love every culture. Number 10, it's not as restrictive as you think. There are often articles in the press regarding lawsuits and very scary strict rules for those traveling or living in the UAE, especially in Dubai. But don't be fooled, life in UAE isn't all modest fashion and demure behavior. You can wear whatever you want, you just have to avoid all the sacred places because of course you don't go to church with your mini skirts, mini shorts, because those are sacred places. If you want to drink liquor, you can. You just have to buy an alcohol license from the state. Another friend asked me, are you allowed to have a boyfriend in UAE? I was like, of course you are. Relationship and dating is okay in UAE. Just don't do PDA or public display of affection or else cops gonna get you. Number 11, properties in UAE are beautiful and often very, very cheap. In UAE, you can do whatever you want even though there's no snow because you can ski in the desert. So you can go caramel safari, desert safari, and then if your trip is shopping, the malls in UAE are amongst the best in the world. Many people look low in Dubai or in UAE because of the education, but no, because there are so many international schools in UAE with high grades, numerous extracurricular activities, and dual language opportunities. Number 13, there is no language barrier in UAE. In other countries, you have to learn their language in order for you to get by. But in UAE, you don't have to because they speak English. Yes, knowing Arabic can be an advantage at times, but you'll be able to pick it up as you settle in. Number 14, UAE is very child and family friendly. So everything from kite beach, ice rinks, trampoline parks, theme parks such as Legoland, ING Worlds of Adventure, Oli Oli, Aquaventure Water Park, Kidzania, and you can even water slide through a pool of sharks. So there are so many facilities and activities to keep your children happy. Number 15 is that they have excellent support for expats. So when you go in UAE and you need a support group, there are so many expat social groups and clubs, and you'll easily be able to make friends and get a support you need from them. Number 16, shipping a package or your belongings to your home country is very cheap. When I was in UAE, I was able to send packages to my country without paying that much. Number 17 is you can practice your religious freedom in UAE. Living as a Christian in a Muslim country, I thought it would be hard for me to practice my belief, but nope. They give you a religious freedom, so you can actually go to your church every Friday, which is the UAE's Sabbath day. If you work in a healthcare facility like me that requires work on Fridays and you want to go for church, they won't tell you no. Number 18 is that UAE uses their technology in a higher purpose. Aside from news, social media, newspaper, TV, radio, and the Burj Khalifa light announcement, we actually use the drone to let everyone know about the coronavirus. They sterilize the entire Emirates using manpower and drones. Number 19 is there are no homeless people in UAE. There are no beggars. So you can actually walk on the roads without breaking your own heart seeing people that doesn't have a home, doesn't have a food, or doesn't have a family. The last question is that, do I ever regret living in UAE? The answer is no. In UAE, I learned to live independently. I learned to love different cultures. I learned so much things that I didn't know about when I was back in my country. I learned the value of hard work. I learned how to save. I learned how to take care and love myself. I learned how to deal with different kinds of people. You'll see how strangers become friends and then become family. Part of who I am today is because of my 2.5 years experience living in UAE. The last thing I really miss in UAE is the family I found when I was in there. It's priceless. Indeed, a home away from home.